My next guest will make his Bellator debut on August the 11th at Bellator 298 when he meets Marcirley Alves. And of course, it is the Thundercat Jerrell Hodge on the show. Jarrell, how are you?
What's going on? I'm good, man. Getting close to fight camp, so shredding this weight off as much as I can right now.
I was just going to say, I mean, fight camp has essentially got to be over right now. So what's the weight? How much more do you have left to go?
She's about 15, not too bad, So it's usually around 15, 2 weeks before the fight or a week before the fight.
As you're getting older, I mean, you're still in your early 30s, but how is that cut for you now? Is it getting harder? Is there any thought about going up to 45?
No, it's not getting harder at all. I have my struggles here and there, but like really, I've been having this. I think it was a lot harder for me in the beginning when I didn't know nothing about dieting. Trying to cut weight the right way. It was a lot harder back then, but nowadays it's not as hard as as people say it is when you get older. Yeah, okay. I haven't hit that stage yet, so no, I'm good.
Very good. Okay. I got to imagine you were very excited when you got the call. You're making your debut for Bellator. You've been fighting at a high level for a while now. I thought we may have seen you in Bellator before now. What was the emotions like when you first found out?
Like about time somebody noticed me, I get my flowers and get my recognition, because been doing this for a long time, and I'm ready for it to start paying off.
Did you sign a multi-fight deal, or is it just a one-fight contract?
Yeah, multi-fight deal. So I got 4 fights on the contract, but one fight at a time always. So I'm focused on this one, and then see what happened after this, and then we're gonna focus on the next one. But yep, multi-fight deal.
All right. Are you happy with the compensation? I mean, you hear a lot of people saying that they can go make more money fighting outside of the UFC and PFL or Bellator. Like, are you happy with this initial contract?
I mean, yeah, from where I'm coming from, what I've been getting, yeah, I'm satisfied with it. It could be more, but it's a lot, and I'm happy with it. So money ain't always a thing. It's about being treated fairly. People taking care of you. Taking care of your team. Just being in your corner. So money ain't always important, but it's good money though.
Okay, very good. Happy to hear it. Well, it's funny, doing my research before this interview started, I noticed, I think it was your second amateur fight. You finished Cody Garbrandt in like 10 seconds. You put him out cold. It was a very, very impressive victory. And that was like 11 years ago now. When you watch what Cody has accomplished and knowing that you beat him so soundly, was it difficult? Like you were saying earlier, like, when am I going to get my flowers? When am I going to get my recognition? How hard has that been?
All right, so that Cody fight was that was the third round. It was like 10 seconds to the third round. And the first 2 rounds, the first 2 rounds was equal. They probably gave it to him more because he was the hometown boy and the crowd was behind him. But we both from Cleveland. And then 10 seconds in that third round, that's when I ended all that, and I got the win. But the people ask me about this a lot with the Cody situation, and he did the right things. He didn't have no family or nothing at that time. He was just him grinding on his own, doing his own thing, and he moved down and went to go train with Uriah Faber. He knew the right people, so knowing the right people is also important. You got to know the right people. The quicker you get in the door when you know the right people. So he got some wins. He beat some opponents before he made it into UFC, but just knowing the right people got him in much quicker.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that definitely makes sense. You said, he didn't have a family or whatnot. Is that the case for yourself? Have you had, family obligations that you've had to take care of?
Oh yeah, brother. I got a son. I got 2 sons and a wife now. My oldest son is 12 years old. So he's been in there. He's been with me since my career. So I've been having, I got a 12-year-old and I got a 7-year-old. So yeah, I've been being a father all my life pretty much ever since I started my MMA career. And with the same woman too. So we had both kids together. We got married last year. So I've been a family man since my career started.
Congratulations on the wedding. That's fantastic. Do your kids, they want to follow in your footsteps and be a fighter?
My oldest one, not so much. My youngest one, he's feisty. He always put on my videos on YouTube. Like they so into YouTube, watching YouTube videos and all this. So he finally one day Googled my name and he was like, "Dad, whoa!" Like he's like shocked. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty popular, son. I do my stuff. I'm a fighter." So he always watching my videos, and I can see him wanting to be a fighter as he get older. So he's only 7, so told him to take his time. We'll get him there.
Now, are you at the point now, Jarrell, where you're able to just do this full time? I mean, you see a lot of fighters still like early on in their pro careers where they have side jobs. Like, do you have anything else that you have to do, or are you just training full time?
I'm here right now at work, man. So yeah. Somebody just called me on the radio, but I told them I was doing an interview from 2:30. So you gotta leave me alone. But no, I got a full time job, and I work in an apartment complex. I'm doing maintenance here, and the people here, I'm happy I got them in my life. These guys take care of me real good. Real family, real part of my team, man. They anytime I need a day off or need to go train early, the owner, he just say, "Go ahead, man. I want to support your dream." And you got to have those kind of people in your corner. So yeah, they've been with me for the last. I've been working here for the last 7 years, and every fight they supportive. They in my corner and they let me do what I got to do to train. And I just can't thank them enough.
Yeah, that's got to make such a huge, have huge benefit for you to be able to kind of break free and go do what you need to do. Have a boss that's that understanding.
Yeah, yo, man, he is so understanding, man. I can't thank him enough. And the people that us around me. I'm a supervisor here at the apartment complex, so I got a day to day just drama. Trying to take care of 300 apartments and my team, just make sure they staying healthy and everything they need up to date. So, but it's been good, man. I can't complain.
Very good. Now, again, this is my first time interviewing you, so I want to know just the backstory real quick. How did you fall in love with combat sports? What's the background?
Background with the MMA. I mean, I just like competing. One-on-one combat. I played basketball. I didn't play basketball. My bad. Football, baseball. I suck at basketball, but I still play it because I like to compete. But just I got tired of people blaming each other in the sports. Like baseball, you missed this ball. Football, you missed this block. I got tired of doing that because I'm real competitive. I like to win. So I joined wrestling in my high school years. Graduated in 2009. So I joined wrestling like in 7th grade, and I'm like, I love this, man. You can't blame nobody. So doing wrestling from 7th grade all the way to high school. I just love the 101. You can't blame nobody else. It's all about you and somebody else. And then from there, I didn't want to go to college and wrestle. It takes a lot of you trying to make weight for wrestling. Every day, every week. And then I just found a boxing gym, and then I just wanted to learn about striking and stuff. And then one day the coach was like, a promoter approached him and asked if you had any fighters, and he came up and asked me. I said, well, it was on my bucket list to at least get in the cage and see what it's about. And I got in there. My wife didn't love it. She was pregnant with my son at the time. She didn't come to my first one. She stayed home, and we got the win. It was just all the adrenaline and everything. I loved it. So ever since then, 2010, 2011, whatever was my first fight, I couldn't stop fighting. So
Well, things are clearly going well for you, my man. You're 10-3 as a professional mixed martial artist right now. You're on a 5-fight win streak. You just claimed the LFA 135 strap via UD in March. When you just look at the evolution of your game, where do you feel like you are right now? Obviously, now you're in the Bellator 135 division. Do you feel like you're going to be able to come right in here and make a lot of noise?
oh, most definitely. Man, I feel like I could have. I feel like I should have been where I'm at now years ago. But and God planned, so He planned it. This happened now, but I feel like I'm gonna make a big noise in the 135 division, and I just can't wait to put on the show and let everybody see what I'm about.
When you look at the guys at the top of the division, you got
Yeah.
Sergio Pettis, you got Stotts, Patchy Mix, Sabatello. There's a lot of high level fighters at the top. Who do you feel like would be the most dangerous stylistic matchup for you, or who do you feel like is just the best right now in the division?
Um, I do like Sergio Pettis, but who he going up against again now? Who he got coming up?
Well, it's either Stotts or Mix. I don't. It hasn't been
Okay,
announced yet, though.
okay. Whoever he was about to fight for that belt, yeah. I think it's what was his name? Stotts? No, it was the one he trains out at Randy Couture gym. Who was that?
Oh,
Patchy?
I think that's Mix. That's Patchy Mix.
Yeah. So yeah, I like his style, but man, that's a tough one. Those two definitely is the top two in the division, and I can't wait to see them or see what they about. See how good they really are. But yeah, those definitely two are the top. And then what's the name just won his fight up in Rise. He's pretty decent.
Yeah, I mean the bantamweights there. I mean the division just
Yo,
as a whole, it's stacked. No matter what promotion
yeah,
you're in. Were you
no matter. Yep.
surprised? Yeah, no doubt. Were you surprised what Pettis did to Pitbull? I was a little bit. I got to be honest. I didn't expect to see Pitbull lose, but hey, here we are.
Yeah, very true. I always like the Pitbull brothers, man. Like they tough fighters, and I was very surprised, you know, because I didn't really see him really beating Pitbull like he did, and it was a close one. It was a decision, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I didn't see Pettis coming out with that win, but you know he got that win, and congrats to him. But yeah, I think the Pitbull brothers, man, they some grinders, man, and that's what's up.
How do you think the 135 division in Bellator compares to the UFC's bantamweight division?
So trying to figure out who all they got, who they got, who's coming up and fighting this week at the not this week, but who's coming up and fighting pretty soon for the UFC.
This Saturday is Rob Font and Corey Sandhagen.
Okay, okay. You know what? I don't really know too much about the UFC bantamweights other than what Sugar Sean O'Malley and whoever he supposed to be fighting.
Aljo.
Yeah. Those some tough dudes, man. I'm surprised he cut down to 135 for how much he be walking around at. I mean, that's what's up. I need to find out his diet plan because that's crazy. So I don't really know. I'm just happy to be in Bellator with the weight class I got. But
fair enough.
No.
Okay. Well, let's talk about camp a little bit before we transition to this matchup with Alves. Tell me a little bit about this specific camp. Who have been your main training partners? Who have been really helping push you to get you ready for this particular opponent?
I really don't got nobody. You know, I've been working my dude. I work with my dude Mo Miller a little bit over at Strong Style. But yeah, really nobody. You know, me. I'm mostly like focused on me. I don't never need to bring in anybody. It's all about my game plan. Whenever I go in a fight, I always want to like focus on. I want him to fight my fight. So like, just as long as I'm staying grounded, working on my fundamentals, I won't never bring in anybody to help me get ready for a fight.
All right. I'm a big fan of Mo. I've interviewed him a couple of times in the past. How's he doing these days? When are we going to see him fight next?
Yeah, hopefully he fights soon. He just came back after an injury on his I guess he tore his leg or something with his ankle after his 2 fights ago. He hurt himself. He took a year off and he just came back. He lost a close decision for one of the Fury fights recently. And you know, I feel like he won that, but you know, you got to do more sometimes for these judges, man. These judges are picky, especially for a hometown boy. So, you know, it doesn't matter if your corner tell you win it or not. You know, you just got to keep fighting to the end. So, you know, hopefully Mo come back and get another fight real soon, so he can show the world how good he is, man. Because that kid, he got skills, man. Working with him, he was definitely a tough rounds, couple rounds we had. So.
Yeah, I can only imagine. I know when I did speak to him last, he had said that Stipe Miocic, the former champ, was in the gym as well. Are you ever around Stipe?
Yeah, I seen Stipe, man. Me and Stipe, we kind of like came in the game together. You know, I saw Stipe when he came in the game way before me, but like my first fight was one of Stipe fights. And just seeing the crowd behind him and seeing him do work in that cage, man, it was like, he gonna beat something one day. And I'll look at him, top heavyweight in the world over here in the UFC. So, I see Stipe once in a while when I was up there. You know, he real laid back dude, real calm dude. You know, talk to anybody, but he about his business.
And I know, he's not a spring chicken anymore. He's 40 years old. He's got a tough test ahead of him, man. John Jones for the title, trying to reclaim the belt. Can he do it? Do you think he gets the job done?
Oh man, always, man. I stick with anybody from my city. So 216 over anybody, Cleveland over everybody. So I got my money on Stipe, man. He definitely gonna take this win.
Okay, I like it. All right, Bellator 298. That's the debut fight. It's in South Dakota. Who's traveling with you? Who's going to be in your corner?
My coach Dave Graff, my striking coach Dave Graff, and my jiu-jitsu coach Ed Beans, and my manager Peter. So yeah, that's gonna be in my corner, man. I got a couple family members coming down. My wife gonna come down. She's driving down. She making me nervous. She don't like to fly. Okay, so she's driving down with her dad 14 hours. I'm looking like, so I end up, like canceling my flight coming back home. I was like, I'm gonna suffer this with you. I'm gonna drive back home with you. I don't like driving. She know this, so she know how much I love her because I'm doing this.
Yeah, that's a good husband, man. You cancel the flight, you're driving back with your wife. I'm sure she's very, very
Okay.
appreciative of that.
She better be, and she better stop everywhere I want to stop because after my fight, I want to eat any fast food, any any fries. She better stop. So she better not give me no attitude.
All right, got to feed the man fries, especially after you get this big win. As far as when you leave, it's right around the corner. August 11th is almost here. When do you actually take off?
I leave Tuesday morning. So yep, leave Tuesday morning. It's about nice 10-hour travel. I got a delay from here to down south somewhere and then up to South Dakota. So yeah, it's about a 10-hour trip. So I don't know what I'm gonna be doing on Tuesday, but I'm definitely gonna be training in the airport somewhere.
What do you know about your opponent Alves? 11-3. He's got 9 finishes. 2 of his losses are by submission. Where do you see holes in his game?
Um, ECC is another thing about me. I let my coaches and them do all the studying. I watch one clip of you and I see what you about, see what kind of game you got. And I might look at clips here and there, but like, and when I go into the cage, I like to model that you're fighting my fight. I'm not fighting your fight. So I'm gonna take the fight where I want to go. If I want to go on the ground with you, we're gonna go there. If we want to stand up, I'm gonna take it there. So I know he's a southpaw, which I like southpaws. I like fighting southpaws. So that's one thing I'm looking forward to. And I didn't see no. I seen a couple switches with his stance here and there. He show tell when he want to switch. But yeah, most definitely his stand up. I don't think he can hang with me on the stand up or the ground. So definitely can't wait to expose everything.
Do you feel like you're going to catch him on the feet and TKO him, or are you going to club and sub him?
Oh man, I feel like I'm gonna catch him with a TKO, but he's a game opponent, so he's not just gonna go down off of one punch. So I'm not gonna try to overdo it and drown like make myself tired. So whatever comes, I'm gonna look forward to it, but I'm definitely gonna be patient and pick my shots and open them up.
Do you feel like you're going to have any added nerves for this Bellator debut? It's the biggest fight of your career. Do you think you'll feel that at all?
No, not at all, man. I always try to look at the motto: fight is a fight. Regardless what promotion, what organization, or who you fighting, is always you versus somebody else. It's only you and somebody else in the cage and the ref. Doesn't matter about the promotion. All that stuff go out the window. I got this question asked about LFA when I was fighting for the title for my first fight, and I was like, I appreciate LFA giving me this, big title shot, for my first time fighting for him, but like it's just a fight. So people thought I was gonna be nervous, and I was like, no. They saw me fight 25 minutes, and I was cool, calm, and nothing. Kept the same pace, same energy the whole five rounds. So I don't let that add pressure on me at all. So
Last thing for me, Jarrell, as long as you're healthy here, you get this win. I mean, I have to imagine you want to capitalize on the fact that you're finally here in Bellator. How active are you going to be here throughout the remainder of 2023 and beyond?
let me see. I would definitely like to get another fight in here in 2023. When I get close to Christmas and Thanksgiving, I don't want to fight. Like I did that stuff during wrestling season. You gotta wrestle, you gotta dual meet right before Thanksgiving. I don't know what in the world made them do that. But a dual meet right before Thanksgiving, I used to hate that. Everybody would be at a Thanksgiving dinner eating good food, and you'd be over there eating salad,
Yeah,
drinking
it's
water.
torture, absolute torture.
So like during the holidays, I like to spend time with family. So, I want to get at least, like I said, two. I want to have this one and another one this year, and then start off strong in 2024. But yeah, during the holidays, brother, I like to just spend time with my boys. We're going to Disney in December. They don't know this yet, but we're going to Disney in December. So yeah.
Very cool. Make sure you take them on the Tower of Terror ride. That was the one that I always loved when I went there as a kid.
Okay. Okay. You see, it's my first time going too, so you might see my eyes light up and everything. Like, oh, I'm in Disney. So yeah,
Yeah.
I make sure I take him on my oldest one. He's a daredevil. He like to ride anything. I took him on something like the Power Tower. I don't know if you ever heard of the Power Tower. It just take you straight up
Yep.
and drop you straight down.
That's
He
exactly what
passed
that's
out.
exactly what the Tower of Terror is at Disney.
See, he don't like nothing like that. But he does it. He did it with me twice. The first time he wasn't expecting it to be that scary. He passed out. I was like, oh, my poor baby.
Oh, well, maybe you can kind of brief him on it if he does want to go on. But there's plenty of other
Okay.
things to do in Disney. You guys will have a blast.
But appreciate it, man.
Yeah, and it's fantastic interviewing you for the first time, my man. Really great interview. Again, August 11th, Bellator 298. Jerrell Hodge makes his Bellator debut. Long awaited Bellator debut. Jarrell,
Yes.
before we do sign off, I want to give you the floor. If there's anyone you want to thank, anything you want to plug, the floor is yours.
I'd like to thank my wife, everybody that supported me, from my team, from at work, from at the gym, from the people just, hit me up on social media, thanking me, just giving me everything I deserve, saying congratulations. Thank you all my sponsors that sponsored me for this fight. I'll shout y'all out on social media as well. But yeah, thank you, man, for, bringing me on today and letting me get myself out there.